Hi everyone, how are you? Hope we got Liz, Ross, Marae, Jane, Angela, Stuart, Lee, Joe, Joy. How is everybody? I hope you've been playing some good bridge and I hope you've all been having a great week. Welcome along to another lesson. Sorry, I've got a little sandfly flying around me. Like I said, it's good to have you here. I'm sure Jack's got something wonderful in store for us tonight. If you are new, please go ahead and introduce yourself in the little chat window in the corner. Just let us know where you're from. And if you've got any questions, that is the place where we all ask our questions throughout the lesson. There's no such thing as a silly question if you've got it. Somebody else likely will too, especially those people who watch the replay and can't join us live. So it's really helpful if you ask your questions. So, good morning, Val. Hi, Melanie. So if you've got any technical difficulties, just quickly, Michelle, hello. You can give it a moment, see if it works itself out. Then you can refresh your browser tab, or you can close your browser tab completely, go back to your email and open from the invitation again. That pretty much solves nearly all issues. We don't have that many issues. If anything, it might just be sometimes sound or something like that. So just remember, refresh your browser tab. If that fails though, there is a LearnBridge Online logo up in the top right hand corner, and you can see underneath in small text it says click here for support. Just click on that, it comes through to me in the background and I will be there to help you. So without further ado, let us invite our fab teacher down. See what he's got in store for us tonight. I'm just trying to remember what he told us last week we were going to be learning. Oh no, let us not. Oh well, we can invite Jack. I was going to say,
yeah, I'm here.
Jack, I haven't started the recording yet and done the official welcome, so I've invited you like a little bit early, but let me start the recording and do the official.
That's okay. You can start the recording. That's fine.
Yeah. All right.
Yes, that's always an important thing to remember to do.
It sure
Otherwise,
is.
I have to. Yes. Otherwise, I have to teach the lesson again, don't I?
Yes, I know.
All's good here. Yes, as I've just said in my message, it's a grey, damp, cold Harrogate, but actually, it's perfect weather for learning bridge.
It is. And look, we're off with the recording, so welcome along to all of those people who have joined us live, but also to those of you on the replay. If you can, come along and join us for one of these live sessions. It's really fun, and we love, well, I know that Jack loves having the live participation and the questions, and I love taking part in it. So come along and join us. It's lots of fun. What have you got in store for us tonight, Jack?
Well, it's one of those days where we catch up on the last 5 or 6 weeks, Caroline.
Yeah.
So it's called putting it all together. So it's kind of the more difficult things we've covered over the last 4 or 5 weeks. Very important because, we only have an hour for each lesson, which isn't very long, to be honest. So rather than just going on and on and on, there comes a time where we just consolidate and our learning, which is via the question and answer. It's interactive. It's really good for learning bridge.
Yes. Just like we like it. All right, then. Well, I will jump out and I will see you all at the end, but enjoy your lesson, everybody.
Yes, we'll see you on the other side. Good to see you.
You too.
Thank you for the introduction, Caroline. And we are off. There we go. Putting it all together. Warm welcome if you're watching in replay. I know many of you do. Some of you have watched in replay for a long time, and eventually we'll catch up with the live class when you're ready. And do if you're watching in replay, do feel free to ask the odd question via the posting page on the LBO website. There's a page there where you can put in the odd question and then I will answer it to help you out. And it's a good platform because all the others can see the question as well, so they can learn from your queries. Right, let's get started. So we're doing very well. We're into February now. I've opened with 1 heart. You've come back with 1 spade. You must bid with 6 points, of course, when responding. I've come back with 2 clubs. What next for you with your 7 points? First question of the day. So what you've got to think about here is, what have I shown you? Now, the first bid's very open in bridge, isn't it? Could be 12 points, could be 22. Could be 4 hearts, could be 8. But that second bid is so important in bridge. It tells you a lot more about what I've got. Quite often it'll tell you about, most often it'll tell you about the shape. Sometimes it will also tell you about the points. Here it doesn't really tell you much about the points. I could have 12, I could have 18. But what it does show you, Melanie, is that I've got, that really important bidding rule we learned a few weeks ago. Whenever any player bids 2 new suits, it promises 5 in the first and 4 in the second. So you have a fit in hearts, you must bid 2 hearts there, which most of the live chat box did. Good? And that's the weakest bid you can make. If you had a slightly stronger hand with 3 hearts, i.e. 10 to 12 points, you'd have jumped to 3 hearts to show 10 to 12. And if you'd have had 13 points or more, which is enough for game, with that hand there, you'd have jumped to 4 hearts. Good. So you've got called responder support line. Here, I've got them here for you. You've got 2 hearts, 6 to 9, 3 hearts is 10 to 12. And jumping to game, of course, you need to have 13 or more here and the fit. Good, so good little lesson there. Let's have a leading problem, shall we? What lead do we make? The opponents have bid efficiently to 3 no trumps. What's your best lead there to 3 no trumps? Welcome, Sean. No, always nice to see you, in inverted commas. We have actually met at Sandbanks, I think. Of course, to bid 3 no trumps, North must have 13 points or more. And hopefully in due course, I'll meet some more of you on this from this class when you start coming on my bridge holidays. I think you can start coming on them quite soon, actually. Maybe even in Crete at the end of September. I'll tell you at the end how you access my bridge holidays. But yes, still a few places left. Come and join us for a week in Crete. You'll be fine to come on that bridge holiday. I've been playing bridge for a year. And still a few places in our Sandbanks midweek break in May. I'll tell you at the end how to access our bridge holidays. Now, hang on a second. Did we not learn that it's the 4th highest of our longest and strongest suit? I'm looking at the live chat box. 1 or 2. It's the 4th highest, so let's count it down. Queen is the highest, followed by the 9. 3rd highest is the 8. The 4th highest is the 7 of clubs. Well done if you chose that. A few of you are leading the 4 there. Later on, you'll find out that it's very useful. A partner can often work out how many cards you've got if you lead the 4th highest. Very useful for partners to know it's the 4th highest. That's good. So 7 of clubs there. Very different. If you were leading against kind of 3, 4 spades or 3 diamonds, you'd lead the ace of hearts. Jack's favourite leader. Very much everything's different in no trumps and trump contracts. The play is different, the bidding is different, and the opening lead is different. So you have to compartmentalize no trumps against trump contracts. Yeah. I've opened a heart. Over to you. You're the overcaller. You've got 16 points. Hi, Noli. Morning. Hi, Janice from London. Hi, Joy. Hi, Patricia. Patricia nearly forgot. Joe's from Devon, just in case we don't know. Stuart, good morning. Piers, Ros, Melanie, Mareed, all our regulars. Look, Angela, Liz Newton. Oh, Joy's in Wales. Les, of course, is in a grey Southampton. I think everywhere's pretty grey at the moment, Les. Jane, good morning. I've said most of the good mornings. Val's from Gloucester. Michelle. Ros is the one in Athens. You're not always in Athens, though, Ros, are you? I doubt. Now, we're the overcaller. So north and south of the overcaller is really important. So, oh, you live in Athens, Ros. Oh, that's rather nice. Yes, the golden rule for overcallers, lest we forget, is to bid a suit, you need to have 5 cards. But here, 1 no trump is perfect. Yes, well done. 15 to 19 with a balanced hand. And look, there's a picture of someone playing Jenga. Quite a fun game, Jenga. I haven't played it for ages. quite fun. I was never hugely into it. And you generally go to the bar as well when you overcall one no trump, rare to bid again. Right, let's go on to our first hand on BBO. It's one spade opening. From East, the dealer. And what do we do as South, if anything? We've got 16 points. Just going to adjust my settings a second. Where are we? There we go. Yes, it's one no trump. We've just done better, more descriptive to overcall one no trump here than two diamonds. Okay. Yeah, it's a more accurate description of your hand. 15 to 19 points in a balanced hand. Also, remember, we do need a stopper. A new word for some of you from a couple of weeks ago. A stopper in their suit. You don't need a stopper in hearts or clubs, but you do need a stopper in the suit they bid. So this shows a stopper in spades. Stopper is an ace, king X, queen XX. Something that stops the run of their suit. And over to North. What's their best bid now? Yeah, they've got enough points to game, so bids 3 no trump there, yeah. Good. And the opening lead. Morning, Sandy. Morning, Angela. Yeah. What's the opening lead to 3 no trumps from West? If you're watching in replay, what lead would you make from the West hand? Well, some of you are leading the 5 of hearts. That is the 4th highest of your longest and strongest suit. But are there exceptions in this leading business? There's a little get out jail free card for you. Are there any exceptions? Do you always lead the 4th highest of your longest and strongest? I have a feeling there's a couple of exceptions. Shall we look at the bidding? I can do that by pressing, well, the bidding's there. Yes, we call it Alps, don't we, Shauna? Alps. Quite fitting, actually, because I'm off to the Alps again next month on a ski bridge holiday. But yes, always lead partner's suit in no trumps. Okie dokie. So, and top of a doubleton, remember. Top of a doubleton. Would East overtake with the king or queen? Or not? Question. Yes, Piers, even if they've got a top of 3 on a sequence in no trumps, Piers, yes. Alps only applies to no trumps, though, Piers, and others. Doesn't apply to trump contracts. Trump contracts, they're better leads. Alps in no trumps. Yeah, there's no point covering. But should we win with the ace here? Or should we duck it, do you think, as declarer? Should we win with the ace? Or should we duck? What do you think's best? if you're watching in replay. Here, little hello from Slam Duck, also called Lucy, from the Duck Company, DC UK. A little bit of advertising for the Duck Company. Why not? DC UK. There we go. They're called the Duck Company. But yes, Slam Duck advises to duck. We have done a little bit of this. We'll have a lesson on it in due course at a later date. But it is good to duck an ace in no trumps at the beginning. Don't do it in trump contracts, though. That could be very bad for your health. Unless you know exactly what you're doing. So hang on, I've just gone a bit blurred. Speak to the hand, yeah. Right, so they continue with another spade. And should we duck again? Or should we take it this time? Well, given that they've shown a doubleton, the 10 followed by the 3, you know they've only got 2 cards, so you should take it this time. But you can duck it again, quack, quack. Yeah, it doesn't do too much harm. Right, well, what do we do next? Clearly we need extra tricks from diamonds, but I'd be thinking to myself, the thoughts I would have are that East has lots of spades. So East is what we call the danger hand. Yes, Melanie, that will be in a later lesson why we duck an ace. It basically severs the communication between the defense, Melanie. I can just tell you that now without going into too much detail. Only at the beginning of the hand, though, Melanie. Only at the start do you duck aces as declarer. But it will become very clear in our specific lesson. Now then, we've got a problem. Clearly, we've got to get extra tricks from diamonds. But which card do we play next from declarer? There's how many to choose from? 5, 8. There's 11 cards to choose from. Which one do we play next? Those watching in replay have got the benefit of the pause button. I think what we've got to do is work out how we want to play the diamonds. Do we want to play them out of our own hand, i.e. by playing the 10 or 9, which has been suggested by some of you, or would we rather play the diamonds from the dummy? That's what we've got to think about. Actually, funnily enough, we are doing a lesson on finesse next week. A whole lesson on finessing. Problem is, if you play the 9 or this is a mistake, but if you play the 10 or the 9 of diamonds, look what happens. You're always going to lose to the king. And they now take 4 spade tricks. You've got to end up at least 2 down. So we can't afford to lose the lead. So one thing we don't want to do is play the diamonds from our own hand. We want to play diamonds from the dummy. That's right, Joe from Devon. Get to the dummy. So, because then we can play a diamond and we will be able to finesse East's king of diamonds successfully. Interesting hand, this one. Quite a tricky hand. So which card do we play now? We're not going to play a diamond. That will involve immediate defeat. Which card are we going to play instead? Which heart are we going to play? Well, nearly all of you playing the Queen of Hearts. Remember, you need to play the top of a doubleton here. The higher card from the shorter holding. Okay? So otherwise the hearts will be blocked. So ace first, now the queen. Overtaking with the king. Okay, good. That's a really good start. Now what next, everyone? We're in the dummy. Quite a tricky hand this, but very instructive. That's why we're going through it quite slowly and taking our time. There's a lot of useful points in it. Now, I'll just give you a clue. This is your last chance to be in the dummy. There's no more entries. Remember, entry is a specific word. It's a high card that gives you access to dummy, an ace or a king. Well, just before we play diamonds, we should cash the jack of hearts. Because that's our last chance to play it. Okay? Now then, we are back on with diamonds. So do we play the 4 of diamonds or the jack of diamonds? Some of you already answered that question. Well done for cashing the jack of hearts first, though. Very well done in replay, by the way, if at trick 3 you played the ace of hearts, because not many in the chat box did that here live. Don't think any did, actually. They all played the queen of hearts, and some played the 10 of diamonds. But you only learn by your mistakes in this game. But being a game, we have fun making mistakes. Well, may not always be fun. Yes, very well done, actually. I'm impressed, because if you make the mistake of playing the 4 of diamonds, look what happens. The finesse wins, but now you can't get back to dummy. And you have to concede a trick to the king of diamonds. So that was a really good play, starting with a jack there. Because when East plays low, you keep the lead in dummy. So we let it run. We let it spin. And a big relief. But this is one or two of you are wondering why we duck aces in no trumps. Well, even had West won the king of diamonds, they don't have a spade to return. And actually, they'd return a club to get partner in, but you've severed the communication in spades by ducking that ace. But more of that at a later date in another lesson. So good, well done. You can now take a second finesse, and we're on the dummy, crucially, to take that second finesse to the queen, or the 10 or the 9, doesn't matter. Cash the ace of diamonds. Cash the 10. Cash the 9. And concede the last few tricks to the opposition. But that's absolutely fine because we've made our 9 tricks. Ooh, hard work, wasn't it? Really tough hand. There were many pitfalls there that you could have fallen into. So very well done. Ducking the spade wasn't crucial on this hand, but it was good technique. Unblocking the ace of hearts. Overtaking the queen with the king. And then crucially, playing the jack of diamonds. No trumps are difficult to play, Sandy. Yeah, definitely beginners, improvers find them really quite hard. They get easier over the time, but they are more difficult to play full stop. Mainly because you don't have the backstop of trumps. You know, it's really hard. But they will get easy. Every time you play a no trump contract, Sandy and others, there'll be one little notch more of experience. Think of it that way. So once you played a no trump contract, probably like me, tens of thousands of times, you do get more experience. The hands do become more familiar. Back to the classroom. I've opened a spade. Over to you with those 8 points. What do we bid with that? Must bid something with 6 points or more. What's our best bid there, do you think? Melanie's first up. Yes, next week we are, as I say, we're doing Introduction to Finesse. Well, we've done a fair bit of finessing already. We're going to look at it in more detail. And then in 2 weeks' time, I believe, we're doing the takeout double. Really important bid. The takeout double. Or just, well, double as it's known, but universally. No, Val, you wouldn't be allowed to bid 1 heart, even if you're from Gloucester. Well, if I say you've got a rubbish hand, where do you put rubbish in your household? Well, should we have a little look? You put it in the dustbin. So this is a perfect hand for a dustbin one no trump. If you've only got 6 to 9 points, much better than bidding 2 hearts or 2 clubs. And remember, it's a dustbin bid because any rubbish hand goes in it. You do not have to be balanced. Singleton, void. It's really just showing a point count. Really useful for partner to know you got between 6 and 9 points. Good. Here's another one. I've opened a spade. You've just bid 2 diamonds. Longest suit at lowest level. I've come back with 2 spades. What's your best bid now with your 13 points? So just work out what I've shown you. Actually, yeah, I've shown you 2 things really. I've shown you about my spades. I've repeated the suits. I must have 6. Have I shown anything about my points, by the way, as well? Here's the second question for you. So there's 2 marks available here. One if you've got the right answer, which most of you, if not all of you, have. But second mark, have I shown anything about my point count as North? Second mark available. We'll come on to that in just a second. Ooh, not many of you got this right, actually. Only 1 or 2 of you. I'm not going to mention any names. I don't want you getting big-headed. But one of them's name begins with a C. Yeah, it's actually, well done for bidding 4 spades, of course. The bonus mark is 12 to 15. Yeah, for 2 spades. Because with 16 or more, you would have bid 3 spades with your 6 card suit. So 12 to 15. I think only 1 or 2 of you got that. Melanie came very close. She was only a point out. 12 to 15 and a 6 card suit. It's useful information, isn't it? But well done for bidding game. We're playing, I think the standard of bridge is really quite good now from the beginners stroke improvers. You're really improvers now, by the way. I don't want to confuse you with the improvers class at 11 o'clock on Wednesdays, because they're quite a long way ahead. But we will join that class eventually. Later in the year, very exciting, sometime in May, you will all join that class at 11 o'clock on Wednesday mornings. But more about that later. Joy doesn't feel like an improver. Joy, you can be beginner stroke improver. Okay, let's have another lead, shall we? The opponents have ended up in 3 no trumps, and your partner's overcalled 2 hearts. What's your best lead here? Practice is the key, though, Joy. I'd say that to all others as well. And if any of you are not playing on BBO, then you should be. Shauna's in the class at the moment. She will give you her email. Shauna looks after the 3 WhatsApp groups who play regularly on BBO online with fellow class members. So definitely, if you're watching in replay and aren't in the live chat box, Shauna will give you her email. You might just do it now, actually, Shauna. Oh, yes, she's beaten me to it. Great minds think alike. So there's Shauna's email if you'll want to join thisoleapiary@gmail.com. You could guess what Shauna's hobby is, maybe. But there's her email there. This could be, yes, skiing, maybe the key here, Joy. Let's put in a little clue, skiing. Yeah, everyone's really friendly. So if you haven't done the online yet, it's never too late to join. We're all playing friendly bridge there on BBO online with fellow class members. So it's really friendly, not intimidating. I think you're all having a really good time by the sounds of it. Yes, you will be leading partner's suit. Remember, it's low from an honor. 2 of hearts. Alps. Well done. If partner hadn't bid hearts, you'd have led the 5 of clubs, but it is good to lead their suit. Remember, they've got at least 5 of them, and they'll have a couple of honour cards too. It does keep them in a good mood. You will find your partner getting a bit grumpy if you don't lead their suit in no trumps, although they wouldn't show it. They're too polite. Remember, Easter's overcalled 2 hearts, so we'll always have at least 5 cards for the overcall. Only lead the highest, Liz, if you've got either top of a doubleton, high-low, or you've got a sequence of 2 honours, Liz, like the Jack and the 10. If you had the Jack and the 10 of hearts, you'd have led the Jack. But only a sequence of 2 honours. Okay, I've cleared that one up. Okay, I've opened 1 heart. Over to you with your 11 points. What do you respond with that? What do we respond with that? 11 points. Gosh, it really is grey today. Miserable weather. I don't like February at all. I don't have any holidays in February either. My mum, known as Jack's mum, was in Morocco for 2 weeks teaching bridge. How did she get that job? 2 weeks with my dad. Not that I'm jealous or bitter. Yeah, I've got a ski holiday, a bridge ski holiday on the 8th of March anyway, so it's not, I've got something to look forward to. Right, well done. Are we all bidding 3 hearts? Yes, we are. Most of us. Invitational. Melanie, correct. And delicious food as well, LBO support apparently in the hotel they're in. Not that, you know, I'm bitter or twisted. Right, so well done. Let's go on to hand 2 on BBO. We play 4 hands now. We play as many as the other classes do. So we've really grown up into our bridge learning, if you like. 1 spade by South. Yes, what do we bid with the North hand? What do we got? 14 points. Must bid. With 6 or more. 14 points. Yes, and I've got to go on my weekly run. I don't have to go on my weekly run, but I do like doing. I'm a member of a running club. So at 6:30, we run 5 kilometers around town. Pretty good discipline, isn't it? Half an hour. And now hang on, North is responding, aren't they? South's opened a spade. What does a responding bid of 1 no trump mean? A responding bid of 1 no trump. It's only ever 12 to 14 if you open 1 no trump. Here, South has already opened the bidding. It's a dustbin, Ros, yes. We cannot bid 1 no trump. Well, you could, but it'd be the wrong thing to do. And it's not illegal. If you make a wrong bid, you don't get penalised by the opponents or, you know, the director. You know, if you were to bid 1 no trump on the North hand, it's, you know, you're allowed to do it, just be the wrong bid, and, you know, you'd end up in the wrong contract probably. But it's not illegal, or you don't get penalised. Someone was asking me that last week. You know, if you sometimes open 1 no trump at 11 points, you don't get penalised for it. Yes, I would just bid the longest suit at the lowest level. 2 clubs, good. 1 no trump would show 6 to 9 here, dustbin by North responding. I'm glad you made that mistake, some of you actually, because it's a good one to clear up. And back to North with their 14 points. What's their best bid now? Yes, and of course I'm showing you 5 spades and 4 hearts. Nothing about points really, 12 to 22. So, but you can and should go to 4 spades because you've got the fit with your 3 cards. Well done, we're pretty good on that now. And we'll just practice the opening lead, why not? Then text us, what lead does West make to 4 spades? Good to involve everyone. Yeah, top of sequence, Queen of Diamonds. Never play too quickly at trick 1. Just deciding, really, I wonder what you're thinking. We thank partner for the dummy. Good luck. Thank you, partner. And they've said good luck, partner, in a robotic voice. I'm just thinking about whether to draw trumps or not. Really, that's the main concern in a trump contract. I've made up my mind. I'm going to win the ace of diamonds here. I don't see any point in not winning it. And which card are we going to play from dummy at trick 2? Morning, Michelle. I think I've said good morning to most of you, Lucy. Yeah, I don't see any reason not to draw trumps here. We can't create a void on dummy. Yeah, let's play the 2 of spades. Good. Counting the trumps out, of course, there's 5 out there. We started with 8. There's 3 left. Good. Well, that trumps, well, there's 1 trump left. Do we continue drawing trumps or not? No, that's right. Rule of 1. If there's 1 trump left and it's higher than yours, leave it out. Yeah, well done. What should we do next, do you think? Yes, there have been 2 left, Melanie, the queen and another one. We would have played a 3rd round, yes, hoping they divided 3 and 3. Yeah, good question for Melanie. If there had been 2 trumps left, we would have played another one, yeah. So what do we do from dummy? Should we play a club or a heart? I quite like the idea of playing a club, actually, towards the queen. This is a finesse. Yeah, I like the idea of playing the 2 of clubs towards the queen. We're going to have to lose a club trick sometime, but if the king of clubs is with East, we might make an extra trick. It's a finesse. So this is a finesse, everyone, playing to the queen. Because if East has got the king, we win. Either first time or second time. Unluckily for us, they don't. The opponents continue with the diamonds. We can rough the 3rd round. Now we can revert to hearts. To the king. And we just cash our heart tricks. East will rough in with the queen of spades. But we're in control now. Ace of clubs is a winner. Can rough the losing heart in dummy with that carefully preserved 7 of spades. Yeah, we are going to make our 10 tricks for 420. Ta-da! There we go. Well done. Let's go back to the classroom. We've got 2 more hands to play on BBO. Defense. Well, we talk about being top defenders, don't we? T for tricks. Keep track of how many tricks your side need to defeat the contract. You do need just 1 more trick halfway through the hand with an ace. Take it. Observe. Dummy is the only other hand you can see, so lead to dummy's weak suits most of the time. Avoid dummy's strong suits. And finally, partner. We talked about that this morning. Return partner's opening lead in no trumps. And in trump contracts, well, generally a good idea to return partner suit, because if you think it might be a singleton or the top of two touching honours. So top defence. Okay, here's an overcalling problem. I've opened a heart. Do you overcall anything with that hand there? You got 14 points. Very important to realise who everyone is at the table. It's half the battle when you start learning bridge. East is opener now. They've opened the bidding with a suit or one no trump. West is responder. The north and south, the people to the left and the right of east, are the overcallers. They must have a 5-card suit. So it's a pass. And there's Bob again. I think that's actually a photoshopped arm. I think actually his arm's really strong. But yeah, well done. And remember, one no trump overcall is 15 to 19, so we're not strong enough for that. Okay, so we got 16 points this time. We've opened a spade. Partners bid 2 clubs. Back to you as south. What's our best bid here? With 16 points and 6 cards in spades. Very common mistake this for improvers, I find, forgetting to jump here. But well done, you haven't done that. We have talked about it a little bit this morning. You jump. Don't jump in a different suit. No, you wouldn't jump to 3 diamonds here or anything, or 3 hearts, but jumping in your own suit. Shows a 6-card suit and 16 plus points. It's not dangerous, Joe, no. No, because you'll generally have enough points for game, you see. This group is on the money, Shawnee. Yes, they're a very intelligent group, this lot. And those watching in replay too. I'm getting their vibes. Let's play hand 3 on LBO. Their partner hasn't, you don't need to worry too much, Joe, because their partner hasn't got any spades, then they'll bid 3 no trumps if there's no fit. Or they'll pass. Right, let's go to... But it is important to show your point count. Oh, 11 points. Would you open on the south hand? Or not? Some of you would have, I don't think we've learnt it yet, actually. We'll be learning it quite soon. It's called the rule of 20. Yeah, some of you have learnt it. We haven't talked about it yet. It's called the rule of 20. I'm not going to go through it now. But what it is, so you can open on less than 12 points. If your total points and the number of cards in your 2 longest suits come to 20. We will be doing a lesson on rule of 20, though, quite soon. So here you've got 11 points and a 5-4 shape. So you can open a spade. It's called the rule of 20. You can search for it online. But we'll be discussing it more at some point. West has a 5-card suit, but it's too weak to overcall with no honours. Show our second suit. What next for North now? Responder with their 11 points. Well, we've got, yeah, interesting. 2 spades, 3 hearts, 3 spades, 4 spades. Lots of options. Only one is right. And that's the right bid, 3 spades. To show 3 card support and 10 to 12 points. Anything more from South? So it's a limit bid, what we call a limit bid or an invitation, if you like. Yeah, and it's a clear pass with a minimum 11 there. Jack's favourite lead, ace of diamonds. And again, I'm just deciding whether to draw trumps. I've made up my mind. The opponent's going to cash diamonds. And we trump it. Good. So back in play. So we've just got to decide, when you've decided to draw trumps, which is the right thing to do here, no reason not to, we've got to work out which hand to do it from. So which card do we play next from Declarer, do you think? Precisely. As South. Donated by the gold bar always. Where would we like to draw the trump? So it's obviously a bit easier when you can see the east-west cards. Try not to. Would you rather play trumps from your own hand as South, or would you prefer to play the trumps, start them from North, leading towards the King-Queen? They are good class, Shauna, you're right, very clever. Because if you make the mistake of playing the King of Spades, you'll lose to the Ace and the Jack and go down. So what you'd rather do is go to dummy. Well done. We're going to take a finesse. So we're finessing the Ace of Spades here. And is it going to work? Yes. So what do we do next? Yeah, far better to play nearly all finesses, as I've been telling you, are playing your low cards towards the honor cards, like we're doing here. Well, yes, let's go back to dummy to repeat the finesse. Whoops, hello. Funny enough, if you're playing in a tournament online, if you click the wrong card, you're not allowed to take it back. No. Sometimes you're allowed to take the bid back if it's a mistake on your bid. If you click the wrong thing, you'd have to check with the opponents and the director. But you're not allowed to take a card back once you played it. Card touched, card played. I mean, they might play the ace there, but whichever, we only lose one spade trick. Good. So now we pause on spades. Let's take the club finesse. Loses to the king. Okay, fair enough. What do they do next as East, do you think, having won the king of clubs? Yes, next week, as I say, introduction to finesse. Important lesson. 2 weeks, really important lesson on double, the takeout double. What do you think East might do next, having won the king of clubs? If I said the words 2 for 1 to you, might that help you? 2 for 1. Oh, Joe's already ahead of me. So yeah, very good defense here to play the ace of spades. You're drawing 2 of the opposition's trumps for 1 of yours. Now you can revert to hearts, but we win with the ace. Over to dummy with the ace of clubs. And we've got 9 tricks. Well done. When this hand was played before lockdown in the classroom, face to face, I think about half the people went down. Yeah, they didn't go to dummy and play spades. They played them from their hand, and they lost 2 spade tricks to the ace and the jack. So very well done for finessing the spade by going to dummy. Yeah. Let's go back to the classroom. Oh, we're going to play one more hand. Let's play that hand first, actually. Yeah, we'll play the hand first. Hand 4. Because we've got 10 minutes. So actually timing is pretty much perfect. Right, so 7, 10, 16 points, 1 spade. South. Would you overcall 2 clubs with the West hand? What have you got? 5, 7, 8, 9 points. Yes, why not? You've got a decent 6-card suit. Minimum, really, to overcall the 2 level, minimum of 8 points. Yeah. To overcall at the 1 level, just 6 points, but slightly more points to overcall at the 2 level. And we're vulnerable as well, aren't we? We're red. Yeah, but it's a good solid suit, that 6 to the King, Queen, 10. North is responder. What do they do with 10 points? Well, they use responder's support line. And well done, they jumped to 3 spades. Yeah, some improvers, some beginners make a mistake of getting 2 spades here, but that's only 6 to 9 inclusive. 10 to 12, guaranteeing 4-card support for the spades. And that's, of course, enough for South to bid game. Good. Now the King of Clubs lead. I wouldn't lead a singleton trump. That's not a good lead at all in bridge. Avoid a singleton trump. It doesn't help you. Right. Well, just thinking about the hand. Thank you, partner, for the dummy. I'm thinking there's... yeah, we're just really deciding whether to draw trump. So we're going to win the ace of clubs. And what would you do next, everyone? Would you draw trumps first? Ooh, Melanie's cat is on her keyboard, I think. Ooh, that was clever of me. Have you really got 2 new kittens on your keyboard, Melanie? How did I guess? Oh, 1. I love cats. I love dogs as well. I am an animal lover. Yes, no reason not to draw trumps. Hope they divide 2 and 2. Hope they do, but actually more likely they divide 3 and 1 in bridge. And what does East do next, having won the Queen of Spades? I'm not allowed pets in my apartment that I rent here in Harrogate, but I do have 2 dogs at the ex-family home and a cat, who you will see every now and again online. They do make guest appearances. Not for a while, though. Yes, good play to play the King of Spades. Again, a 2-for-1 strategy. And then they revert back to clubs. Partner's suit. Okay, we're back in play. Well, we've got to make the rest of the tricks. What do we do now, do you think? What's our strategy? Can't afford to lose any more tricks. Yes, I would play a diamond, but remember, it's higher card from the shorter holding. Better technique to play the king here. Otherwise, the suit might get blocked. Yeah. It avoids blockage. Play the higher card first with 2. Like you would if you're leading. You would lead top of a doubleton. What next? Well, it is easier to see, isn't it, when you see all four hands? But hopefully you'd realise at the table that you've played out 12 diamonds. The diamonds have divided 3 and 3. It's obviously a lot easier to see when you see all four hands. But this is a winner. So we can throw the losing heart. And now there's no need to take the heart finesse, which would have lost. So we can play the 5 of hearts to the king, not the jack. And we make the last couple of tricks like that. So well done. It is a lot easier to see when all four hands are here. But well done at the table if you played out 3 rounds of diamonds first. If diamonds had divided 4-2, by the way, you wouldn't have had a diamond winner. You'd have had to take in the heart finesse. But as diamonds were 3-3, the 13th diamond provided a parking space for the 2 of hearts. But if diamonds were 4-2, which is more likely, you'd have had to play the 5 of hearts to the jack, hoping the finesse was right. Here, you'd be 1 down. So we were slightly lucky there that diamonds were 3-3, but well done for trying that. But it's a interesting hand because you try the diamonds first, and then if they are 4-2, then you take the heart finesse. One thing you shouldn't do is take the heart finesse first without testing diamonds. If you do that first, you'll be 1 down. Yeah, so it's all about the timing. Well done. Let's go back to the classroom one last time. If you remember 3 things from this putting it together session: respond 1 no trump dustbin. Responding with a 1 no trump is 6 to 9. Any shape. If opener bids 2 new suits, that's 5 in the first and 4 in the second at least. It might be 5-5 or 6-4, but will be 5 in the first. 2 important bidding rules. And finally, an overcall of 1 no trump is 15 to 19 with a balanced hand and a stopper in the opener's suit. Well, 10:28 UK time on Wednesday morning. That's today's lesson. Hopefully it was a good recap for you all.
Hello.
Hi, Caroline.
Yeah, that was great. I'm sure everybody got a lot out of that.
They are, as Shauna pointed out, that they are a very intelligent class.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, people are coming up with all kinds of answers that I feel like I didn't get until like I was much further down the track. I probably didn't have as good a teacher as they do.
Well, yeah, flattery is everything.
You can only get maybe as good as your teacher. But yeah, that ALPS acronym. Somebody said, yeah, I love a good acronym, and I was thinking, me too. And Jack's got great acronyms. He's also got great props like his duck. And they all just like your little phrases and acronyms and things, they all help it sink in. Which
it's good to have a few props. And yeah, the phrases, there's lots of bridge expressions out there. So, Caroline, the acronyms, they all help, I think. Jack's favorite lead, the gold dust.
Trump about, yeah.
If in doubt, Trump about. I mean, there's loads. But no, I've enjoyed that lesson too. I do enjoy the interactivity with the students. They're doing really well. They've got finessing next week.
Oh, that's fun. That's fun when you get into finessing. Yeah.
Yeah. Finessing is a fun thing. And actually, you'd be surprised. Quite a few people, actually, when they start playing bridge, Caroline, they find finessing actually really quite difficult. It doesn't come naturally. Yeah. So I definitely don't take it for granted that everyone finds finessing easy. Some people do actually find it hard. So that's why we're doing a specific lesson on it next week.
Oh, I think, yeah, it's really critical to really understand it and take your time with it. And then once you kind of come out the other side of that, you kind of get the fun side of it. But, you have to give yourself some grace and realize that everybody has to start somewhere.
Val's got an amusing thing. She says, wow, the more I learn, the less I seem to know.
You know what? I said exactly the same thing, and I still do. That's why I love the game, actually. It's sort of a never ending opportunity for
It's so
neuroplasticity.
true, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I often say, your bridge, learning process, like a roller coaster, isn't it? It's ups and downs. It's a bit like that.
Yeah.
But as long as you're having fun along the way, Caroline, then, that's great.
I think you can't take it too seriously. I mean, unless you're like going to be, or when you get to that level where, it does get a bit more serious, just to really enjoy the ride. I love what Shauna, she's like, welcome to bridge.
Yeah. Well, you can play on so many different levels, You can have great fun just literally being 4 beginners who learned bridge last week, just having a bit of a laugh. And then you can also have great fun playing in an international competition in total silence, total concentration, but, you're kind of there to win. So, and you've got all the levels in between as well. So,
You got to enjoy the ride.
It's great to chat. I must get ready for my 11 o'clock class.
Yes, do that. I can't join this week, but I will watch the recording. But yeah, thank you so much again for such a wonderful lesson. It's great that we take these moments to just kind of pause and consolidate.
Yeah, no, they're always really popular. Fun enough, when I first started teaching with LearnBridge Online, which would be 5 years ago, coming up in May, actually the beginning of lockdown, I was one of the first bridge teachers to get in with Bashir. We didn't do the recaps. I just decided after a few weeks, I thought, hang on a sec, we're just learning more and more and more. We do need to take a step back every 5-6 weeks or so and just, look at what we've learned. So they've proved really popular ever since.
And it's one of the most important things to do when you're just learning anything, to be honest, not just bridge, but I think Bridget talks about it a lot, how you sort of go through a process, and just when you think you're about to forget everything you just learned, go back and watch the recording again, because that's when it actually doubles down and sinks in. So
good. I mean, that's why I think online bridge learning online is so much more useful than learning face to face. You've got the replay you can watch again.
I know, so good. It's so good. It brings it all back because you were in the lesson. If you are lucky enough to join the live ones, I mean, that's a great thing as well about coming along to the live ones. But we're getting some great.
The interactivity is brilliant. I would never be able to ask people questions in a live class. No one would dare to put up their hand and give me a wrong answer. They'd be far too scared.
Far too intimidating. So, just note Shauna's comment there as well, saying that everyone in this group could easily sit down and play socially on BBO as part of that. Join up the WhatsApp group. I agree. The answers that you're coming back with. If you're going to be playing each other, you've got definitely enough to be able to sit down and start enjoying the actual game. So
yes, I mean, I'm sure some of our students already, Caroline, have joined the bridge club, but be careful when you join a bridge club. A lot of bridge clubs now do have beginner sessions. They have like what we call gentle duplicates, but don't go into the lion's den and start playing with people who've been playing bridge for 10 years, because some of them, most of them are fine, but some can be scary, can't they?
Yeah, they can, because I think it's some people, because it's such a sort of long-term game and such a journey to get there. Some people, I think, when they get sort of 30 or 40 years down the track and they are very, very skilled, they just forget what it was like to be a beginner, and they take it very seriously. And so
I mean, but that's fine, because most bridge clubs, I mean, Val's just saying Gloucester Bridge Club's very good, Harrogate Bridge Club, Rypat's very good, because there's all these different sessions for different levels of experience. So you can go and play gentle duplicate on Thursday afternoon at Harrogate. Really friendly. No one minds if you pull out the wrong card or do this or that. It's like a kind of, it's like a little taster session. But you wouldn't want to go. You wouldn't want to be going to play Monday night. With some of the.
Once you've got sort of the ground, you can't just sort of go up to any session. You have to go to the level appropriate of experience session.
Stick with your nice level and work up from it. Now, Caroline, always nice to chat with you.
So thank you so much, everybody, for joining us, and we will see you again next week when we talk about finessing.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Have a good week, everyone.
Okay, bye, everyone. Thank you.